Hello guys, this is Peter here, and today let me show you the first assassin build in the Build War series, the Flourish Spiker. Long story in short, this build comes from PvP, mostly from random arenas, and usually all Flourish builds have 1 or 2 knockdown skills and some pretty strong single target damage. Well, this guide is for PvE, so I made some improvements in the build, meaning no weapon switching are needed anymore, and the build became much easier to use now. The Elite Flourish is an interesting one, but I'm not sure if a lot of players have used this skill at all outside of PvP. So Flourish is a warrior elite that can recharge all attacking skills every 8 seconds. This is very useful since many of the most badass assassin skills have a pretty long recharge time, and because of that those skills wouldn't be viable in casual PvE, but with Flourish we can solve that problem. Also, Flourish not just recharges all attack skills, but also gives plenty of energy for each recharge skill. Funny that only now after recording most clips I thought about adding warrior mode to the daggers, but it is what it is. If you add a warrior mode to your daggers, you can reach rank 5 in strength, which makes Flourish even stronger. You know, even at 0 strength you gain 2 energy per recharge skill, and this is great. But with this warrior mode you gain 4 energy for each recharge skill. This is a very strong energy management, way stronger than expected. Okay, so this is my default build. There are 2 knockdowns, Club of 1000 Bears and You Move Like a Dwarf. Then we have 2 offhand attacks, Falling Lotus Strike and Falling Spider provide both DPS and energy, and finally we have Twisting Fangs, a very powerful finisher skill. The 7th spot is quite optional. I choose dash so I can run fast from one target to the next target, and the last skill is highly recommended, Critical Agility. You know, it gives maximum attacking speed and plus 24 armor. Sadly the club only works on non-humans, so if you are fighting like White Mantles or Ministry NPCs, you need another knockdown skill. That's why we need 2 knockdown skills, but anyway, with 2 knockdowns you can achieve total knockdowns too, which are a great way to completely shut down your target for some time. Okay, now the gear. Like I said, when I started recording clips I didn't use the warrior mode yet, and the build still worked surprisingly well. I had no energy problems at all, but the new weapon mods provide plenty of opportunities. Probably the warrior mode fits the build the best since it also makes Flourish twice as strong and also adds some small armor penetration to your attack skills. The Necro mode is also great, and maybe you could use a Ranger mode as well, so your attack skills cost 20% less energy. Even the Dervish mode could be useful for more armor. Seriously, there are so many good options that it's crazy. Runes are quite simple: Dagger Mastery +1/+3 on the headpiece, then Critical Strikes +1. This one is quite important because we need to reach rank 13 in Critical Strikes for the maximum +3 energy gain on critical hits. Then we have 5 Blessed Insignias, the best Vigor rune you can afford, and the rest is quite optional. Either you go for more HP or for more energy, it's up to you. Alright, let's see how to use the build. I'm going to show you how powerful this build can be in hard mode against 2 healers. So Eastern Frontier is a great practice area, by the way. Just find a grow group with 2 healers and try to kill them with no mesmer heroes. Before the fight, activate Critical Agility and make sure to have Strength of Honor on you as well. This will significantly increase your damage. Once you are ready, use dash to quickly run to one of the healers or some dangerous targets. Then start with You Move Like a Dwarf, then wait for the enemy to stand up and quickly use the Club of the 1000 Bears, followed by the 3 dagger skills. In most cases this kills the target, even in hard mode. And now you can use Flourish to recharge all your attack skills and just find a new target. Use dash again and deal with the other monk as well. This time I changed the order of the knockdowns: Club of 1000 Bears first and You Move Like a Dwarf after. It doesn't really matter, as long as you start your dagger chain on a knockdown full and your timing is good, you will succeed. Okay, once the monks are done, do the rest of the enemy group with the same tactic. Regarding weaknesses, I can tell you that the typical anti-melee skills can hurt, of course, like Clumsiness, Crippling Anguish, Blind, and so on. There is not much you can do against those, but there is one thing that I wanted to show you about Flourish yet, and it's a good one. In this clip, one of my attacking skills were interrupted with a D-shot, meaning that skill got a plus 20 sec long recharge. Luckily the elite works like a charm and easily recharged all attack skills, quite a nice feature actually. Already mentioned a few hero skills, but let's summarize them all. Strength of Honor and Splinter, don't go anywhere without these skills if you are a melee, highly recommended. Earthbind is another good one if you want to knock down KD resistant foes like Shiro, it's a good one. Great Dwarf weapon can be a good alternative as well instead of Splinter weapon. However, keep in mind you may cause a random knockdown with this one, and sometimes it can mess up your dagger chain. Anyway, I was testing a lot of different variants. Obviously you can add Save Yourselves, Azure Scan, I Am Unstoppable, etc. There are plenty of good skills to try. It all depends on where and what mobs you are fighting. And to be honest, I didn't really like the fact that Club of 1000 Bears don't work on humans. So I came up with another build yet, Brawling Headbutt and For Great Justice and To the Limit. So just put some points into tactics and just use the 2 shouts when foes are nearby, and you can build up the necessary adrenaline and use Brawling Headbutt immediately. Okay, let's see how this Flourish build does at the Master of Damage NPC and then compare it to the classic dagger spammer. I will do only one dagger chain, then stop the counter. $4.25 in 3 seconds. Now let's compare these to the meta Shadow Theft dagger build. $4.39 in 3 seconds. Obviously this is not completely like when you compare an apple to another apple, but at least it gives you some numbers. So Flourish is close in DPS, at least on single target damage. Of course dagger spammer will outdamage Flourish long term due to its fast recharge skills, but I think this comparison shows that Flourish build is definitely more than just a fun build and it has serious potential. Guys, prove me wrong, but to me this Flourish build is meta. I think when you can do over 400 damage in 3 seconds and also provide 2 knockdowns, conditions like deep wound, bleeding, poison, this has to be more than just a good build. Let me know what you think of this build. Anyway, if you enjoyed the vid, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel, and see you next time.